welcome back to the DreamHack Showdown Summer 2020. And as the chicken flies, we are going to see some incredible CS. The stage online is literally set for the matchup that we have been waiting for what seems like forever. It's Dignitas versus CLG Red. But what we're going to do, first of all, is take a look at the bracket to see where we're at in terms of our tournament, as we have just said goodbye to our second team. Potter, talk me through it as you return to the desk.
I have returned to the desk. Yeah, if you take a look here, we just saw Ava White taking on Silhouette, knocking them out. And fortunately, we say goodbye to those ladies. And we also saw Dangerous Game actually taking on, that's what she said earlier on. And Dangerous Game lost that series out 2-0, as you can see. So now we're moving on. And now we get to see this marquee matchup. This is actually quite the treat between Dignitas and CLG. We've made it to that upper bracket final. And yeah, as you said, Frankie, it's been quite some time. We haven't seen these two teams face off versus each other since 2019 at the Intel Challenge earlier on in that year. And in that final, actually, Dignitas got the better of CLG Red and beat them out 2-0. So this is certainly a huge rivalry matchup. And this is a little bit of revenge, a little bit of payback, a little bit of drama, a little bit of everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to this series.
Potter, I remember seeing you on the desk there. And of course, we have had one player switch out on both teams. So how different are these teams looking since that event?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say for Dignitas side of things, especially just because we know that Artstar isn't their permanent fifth. Even when we spoke with Thea in the interview yesterday, they've been splitting time. They've been looking for a new fifth. They've been trying out new players, splitting time between Valorant. I mean, they still looked strong. They still looked dominant. And if there's one thing that Dig are really, really proficient at, it's at preparing and it's at counter-stratting. So I think this is actually a really solid matchup for Dig specifically coming into this, especially because these ladies on Dig, they do not want to lose this one. So I think they're going to have something cool prepared, something cool planned. And CLG Red, as dominant as they're looking and as better as they are, I think they're still going to have to bring their A game, because if they don't, Dig are going to punish them.
Vilga, who really needs to bring their A game on Dignitas? Because we saw Thea playing like an absolute star yesterday. But if all five are not on form, then CLG Red are probably going to make mincemeat of them. So who do you think is going to be the difference maker here?
Honestly, both teams are crazy. Judging after yesterday's games, both teams are crazy. In Dignitas, we should remember that the matches are still online. And Milk, especially for Milk, she's from Hawaii, you know, and for Rain, the ping matters. Like, they have always high ping in online tournaments, so that might be a big disadvantage for them.
Potter, well, sorry. Go.
Expect to see more Thea today.
Potter, you said yesterday quite passionately that Dignitas are not the best team in the tournament. Why are you so convinced of that?
I just think pound for pound, they're just not better, individually speaking. Now, can they be a better team? They've done it before. I just mentioned that 2019 Intel Challenge. Even at that event, I thought that CLG Red were clearly the better team. But when it comes to the teamwork and when it comes to preparing, as I mentioned, Dig, they've just always been proficient at it. They've got XP3 standing behind their back. And even back when I was competing, I mean, Dignitas brought their A game every single time and they came prepared. I mean, they had so many little gimmicks, so many little reads that they would have. And they're all usually on the same page. And so that sort of teamwork, that sort of synergy that Dig bring to the table, it's strong, man. It's really strong. So no matter how good individually CLG Red are, they're not going to be able to handle two players from Dig poking and prodding right at the same time. So I think the teamwork from Dig, it usually shines through.
Well, let's talk about CLG Red and their teamwork. What impresses you about this setup, Vilga?
Well, I'm impressed that, first of all, they're in advanced. They've been fighting, they've been showing. They're this only female team in the world who is in ECA advanced. That says something big. And I talked to Diane, and she said that even when the season was finished, they were still practicing, they were still preparing. They have a new player. It always takes a lot of time for this new player to get into the team, you know, to like adapt to everything what's going on the server. talking about Dignitas, to be honest, when I talked with Emily, she said they practiced 2-3 days before this event. So definitely the preparation is less than CLG. But I agree with Potter. They always anti-strutting. They always ready for their opponents. So this match is going to be 100% interesting.
Potter, what do you think of Julie's fit within the squad? Because she's such a new signing for them, but it felt like things were working yesterday.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's still going to be a bit of time before we actually get to see Julie playing to her full potential, or whatever potential that CLG Red saw in her, right? She certainly got a lot of talent, but she didn't have an explosive game. She didn't have a breakout performance where I can say, oh my God, this girl is going to be the superstar of the CLG Red lineup, right? So still, I think she's going to have to come out of her shell a little bit, find her comfort zone, and exactly figure out what her responsibilities are going to be on the CLG Red squad. And that may not include the most frags across the board. We have to remember there's a lot of talent on the CLG Red squad of things. So I don't know that I expect Julie to be popping off and being at the top of the leaderboards. I think I'm depending on Emmy for that. I'm depending on Diane for that. And I'm depending on Goose Breeder for that. So I think for Julie's sake, she's just right now got to just maintain her own responsibilities, not get too into this mindset where she has to do too much. She's got a superstar squad on her back, so she can just kind of chill, I think.
Now, I don't believe we've got a head-to-head ready because we were so engrossed in that last match, we didn't get a chance to actually chat about one. But Vilga, if there are two players you would want to compare between Dignitas and CLG Red, like who would you put in a head-to-head
There are
situation?
4 players I want to put. Okay. I want to put Amy against Thea. Yeah, I know. And then I want to put Diane against the Amulet.
Okay, interesting. See, we just heard producer Daniela say pick 2 players. So I'm wondering if DreamHack are going to work their magic and they're going to give us some stats. Yes, they are. They are. Potter, what about you? I mean, we're going to go with Vilgas because of timing, but still, Potter, who would you put together?
I guess it's got to be Rain versus Goose Breeder. Rain versus Goose Breeder.
And why is that?
Why is that? Well, it's because they used to be teammates. Goose Breeder was on Dignitas, and I feel like these two are the 2 players that are the huge difference makers on the CLG Red side of things. Goose kind of that entry, kind of that even a support at times, and Rain as well. So they've got the similar play style, similar roles, and they're usually the most explosive on their respective squads as well. So I'm looking at these 2.
For players who've only played 1 series in this competition so far as well, those stats are seriously impressive. But right now, we're going to go to the map veto. We all know that CLG Red, they've got an incredibly strong map pool. And if Dignitas haven't had much time to really practice before this event, there could be some issues here. So, Potter, what are you expecting?
I think this Dust 2 and Vertigo vetoes, these were as to be expected. Now, in these picks, I think Dig, they're going to stick to Inferno. Oh, the nuke. Okay.
Wow.
So this is interesting. Even the train being picked up by CLG Red, we saw Dignitas picking this into their series yesterday, and they actually performed really well. But CLG Red love train. So if they got Vertigo out in that first round, we know they're going to lean onto that train. So I do, however, really like this nuke pick coming out from Dig. This is kind of that creative curveball, I think, coming out from the Dig side of things. We know Julie's a new player. We know we haven't seen CLG Red even touch nuke throughout this tournament. So that could be the win condition that Dig's seeing in this series.
Vilga, we know you're fantastic at working with new players. If you were in CLG Red and you had to play Nuke with Julie, what would you be telling her to do to get her feeling comfortable and doing her bit on that map?
I would tell her, do whatever you feel you want to do. I would flash for you. I would smoke for you. I will do everything to make you comfortable.
Amazing. Well, unfortunately, she hasn't got you as in-game leader, but she does have Diane, who obviously has the full trust of her team from everything we saw in their series yesterday. So I have a feeling that Julie is going to be absolutely A-okay in this series. But Twitch chat, what are you thinking? What are you saying? I mean, we all want to know who Allegiance is backing, obviously, but please, don't get banned. Behave yourself. Let us know right now using the hashtags on the screen. I believe it's going to be hashtag dig for Dignitas, and it'll probably be hashtag CLG for CLG Red. So it hasn't appeared on screen right now, but those are the hashtags you need. Hashtag dig or hashtag CLG. We've made it incredibly easy for you. Yes, you're welcome. All right, desk predictions, Vilga.
I think they're gonna be 3 maps, but I think CLG is gonna win it. And I can say that the team who wins this best of 3 is gonna be the most confident team in the tournament.
Potter?
I'm going with CLG here. I think CLG, this should be a walk in the park for them.
Well, I'm going with CLG Red because I don't want Potter to hate me. So we're going to find out what Twitch chat is saying.
Oh! That's close.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But we've got no more time to discuss this one because we've got to get into it. So we're going to go to a break. And when we come back, Moses and Blair have got the honors of casting Dignitas versus CLG Red.
Oh, baby, am I excited for this one. The 2 best women's team in North America, Dignitas taking on CLG Red. It's a grudge match. It's a rivalry match. These ladies have gone head-to-head at so many tournaments over the years, or at least the cores of these lineups have. And this should be excellent. Blah, how you doing, brother? I know it's what, like 3:30-ish for you at the moment.
3:30, not bad. Good with your time zones, and more importantly, you're good with not muting yourself, Jason. So that's a good start. I'm looking forward to this matchup.
That was a Friday night thing, not a Saturday evening thing.
Isn't the same thing? Saturday evening, Friday night. I don't know, but you know what? I am excited. Like, this matchup has been set up to be the grand finals, and I believe it's going to be kind of a preview for what we might be seeing later on tomorrow. CLG, Dignitas. I gotta say, I'm gonna start with Potter a little bit here. Looking at the CLG game we casted yesterday, yeah, it could be me being a little biased because I didn't get to cast a Dig game. But CLG, they were looking really, really good, and more importantly, they were looking very cocky as well, which I like.
Yeah, the statement after that win yesterday that, you know, we are just better than everyone was fantastic. Emily is going to fall back. Some shots through the smoke. She sees a lot of pressure. That's a great early kill as well. Emmy goes down, and Artstar finds one through the smoke as well. That's the ball, and Emily continues it. Finally traded off, but it's a 2-on-4, and these CLG Red players are so far back, and Dignitas will take the pistol.
That was clean. Artstar, the first kill, a little unreasonable, but the rest of them were looking very, very clean. I like what CLG Red had in mind there, but just losing almost every single aim deal. And sometimes that's the way it is on train. You, of course, have New coming up as well. A lot of trains being played so far in the tournament, which is interesting for me.
Yeah, actually, I have seen, I mean, we just had train as a third map in the previous series, just the last one I casted. So, yeah, decent amount of trains coming in, which I like. Train's always a fun map. Great pistol round for Dignitas. Here with the FAMAS as well. This spam from Artstar doing a little bit of damage onto Diane. And even more following up onto Julie as well. Deagle shots ring out, but no damage is dealt. Defensive Molotov in place, and the map will go silent.
Oh, they're still going for it. It can be so very annoying. But for CLG Red, I like what they have here, buy-wise. They have a number of smokes. They're going to be going for the outer smokes here. And the CT is using up whatever utility they have. Emily still has an incendiary, but if you look at the weapons they do have, obviously Dignitas would be favored to win this round. But the Deagles from CLG Red, just the pure aim on these players yesterday was looking so fantastic. And here we go. A little bit of a ruse towards Inna. It's going to keep 2 players there. Emily still just rattling off a few bullets, but now the hits should be coming in. No one's spotting towards Ivy. That could be a problem here for Dignitas.
Yeah, especially as 2 players wrap out of it. The smoke is there for the moment, though, so they're going to have to come through. And this is a very slow-paced attack from CLG Red. Oh, missed an opportunity early, but they come back for it. That's Milk who falls to Jennifer's Deagle. And now the bomb train is under attack, but they've got the weaponry to handle this situation. Rain with an all-important double kill, and that's the round. 2-0 for Dignitas as they withstand the early pressure.
Yeah, that was a pretty good recovery. And like you said, 2 players wrapping around towards Ivy. Almost everything was working on for CLG Red. And maybe if they had the rifles, it could have potentially have panned out. But now we should be seeing just a few, maybe, you know, a couple of P250s coming out. Don't see them really wasting much time here, but this is a map pick from CLG Red. But I don't think we saw Train coming out yesterday. I think it was Vertigo and I think it was Inferno, which we had the opportunity to cast, where they were looking, sorry, Mirage, where they were looking so very fantastic. And what about you, Jason? Like, who are you kind of like favoring here? I mean, just based off an eye test from the previous games, just from that.
Off the eye test, I mean, I think CLG Red is probably the one I'd go with. I will admit, in this matchup, I don't know enough about these 2 teams and the way they play to really make any kind of educated decision. I've also, I don't know, I've known some of the CLG Red girls for quite a number of years as well, so a little bit of bias goes into that as well. I don't know, I would just take it. They looked really good yesterday. There's a quality of competition question that I don't really know how to balance out in my head between who Dignitas has beaten and played and versus who CLG has beaten and played as well. I'm just here for the good series.
I think almost every one of us are here for the good series. And here we go. By coming out for CLG, right? AK-47s, no AWP early on. And my eyes are on Goose Breeder. She was, and Diane, of course, with the off. They were looking just absolutely phenomenal. Milk, a little scary there, but the timing does kind of work out for her. Tosses in an A, doesn't do too much of damage. Although Yuli, I do believe that's how you pronounce her name, Jason. We've been doing it wrong the entire day yesterday.
Why we bring in Scandinavian Jays into a North American roster?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Emmy, no discrepancy in that name, has found the opening kill. Nice headshot onto Milk, and she's going to lead the way out. Got to be careful. Emily is positioned. She's holding the angle with the AWP. Same with Artstar towards Sandwich as well, and now Rain pounces. A good defense so far, and they still have not seen Artstar just yet. Nobody considering it. Now finally been spotted out, and she's under some pressure. Holding the line, but not for long. Rain is still up. 45 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time left in the round for CLG Red to make this work, and they've got a man advantage now.
Rain doing a great job getting 2 kills and just staying alive for quite a while. Diane is burning alive. She will have to get off the plant. And now 3v2. 30 seconds. They still have a lot of time to work with to get the bomb down. The nade's going to sail in. Chips Diane down to 15 HP, but the bomb's going to be planted. It's definitely going to be favoring CLG Red here. Mathia, great peek from her, finds Yuli. And Goose Breeder, though, actually Diane from behind, finds a frag. And she's a player on 15 HP. And Emily, now, I think she should be aware of how low Diane might be. 20 HP instead of 15. And the AWP, unfortunately, missed the shot. And Diane, what a round from her there. 2 kills just on 17 HP, and there you have it, CLG Red. They get the first round on board. Although, for Dignitas, the fact that they won their 2 anti-eco rounds pretty convincingly means they will be able to eke out a pretty comfortable bye.
Yeah, and I don't know, that hurts, that op against a 15 HP Diane. Remember, that damage was done from a Molotov, so there was no way for anyone from Dignitas to call out that Diane might have been low. 3-1 scoreline in the favor of Dignitas. But still, with that loss, that's a pretty big dent into the economy early on. Emily has no utility left. Milk just has one smoke. Rain just has one flashbang, and 3 players down to FAMAS. So money obviously an issue here for the defense real early. And now we have the Tower of Power coming out from CLG Red.
Is that what we're going with?
I think I change it. I think Anders and I change it every single time we see that happen.
I'm looking at Tower of Power.
Tower of Power I think is solid. I think it's very strong.
Definitely works. And for CLG, they've done a pretty good job drawing out the utility. I would like them to now try to go for a play here. They aren't really that solid with utilities either. They have you know, these 3 smokes, which you're going to use up right now. A lot of Molotovs as well, and still going for the wall bangs are the CTs, but so far no casualties yet with 53 seconds on the clock, and they're going to walk out dry. That is not ideal. Emily finding Yuli. Still looking for more. Rain being quite a thorn from Olaf. She's going to find one, but a quick trade comes in the way of CLG Red. 4v3 as Emmy's going to find a frag. Nice shot from Elite as Artstar's going to reply back. And Sun is all on Diane. Again coming down to the clutch. Now it's a 1v2. 30 seconds. Not too much of time to work with. Op in hand. Full HP. She knows where one player is. Doesn't know where Artstar is though. But she should have an inkling as she spots the player out on the bomb train. Placed it perfectly. And unfortunately not able to get immediate trade. Swapping over to the AK-47. 1v1 slowly creeping up time. 10 seconds remaining for her to go for the play here, and it's going to be Milk clutching it out. Nice try from Diane, but that got a little messy from CLG Red, considering how much utility they had. I feel like they shouldn't have just run out dry from Pop. That was a free frag for Emily, and the fact that it came down to 1v2 could have easily gone the way of CLG Red if they'd maybe used some of those flashes.
Maybe a little bit mistimed with the utility. The Molotovs into the bomb site came a bit late that were restricting Emily's movement. But I'll tell you, I think CLG Red's going to have a hard time attacking this outer bomb site probably for most of the half until they can get economic control. The combination of Emily's op and Rain and Artstar both playing aggressive forward positions with rifles and sandwich behind the middle train, behind E-Box. That's going to be really difficult obstacle for CLG Red to get past. There was an opportunity, an opening while Thea threw that Molotov to where they could have taken her down and gotten a plant, but it disappeared quickly. Triple kill on the defense, and Dignitas is going to go up 5-1.
And that was a pretty nifty hold. Looked a little scary. Maybe, yeah, like you said, a couple of pistols jumped on out. Nice little movement from Emmy. So at least some consolation. Just at least a 1 frag, but that was just the MP9, and she's not going to get anything else done from that. Artstar finishing her off. 5-1. Now the buy is going to be coming with CLG Red. And the thing for Dignitas is their money's still not that solid, right? They're 5-1 up, but they have lost a couple of players, and that's a problem with CD side economy, especially in a map like Tran. You lose, even if you win 2 or 3 rounds, or even 5 rounds back to back. If you keep hemorrhaging players, your money is never going to be that solid, right? And they haven't had those streak of rounds where they just won convincingly. So CLG Red, despite being 5-1 down, they're still very much in the game. It's still very early in the day. Nope, now spots out a player that got a little scary for Yuli.
Uh-oh, it's Fred. It's Fred. Ooh, okay. 9 HP. Puts the smoke down. That is a timely extinguish of the Molotov, but she goes down anyways. Yuli does find her at the end, right through the wall, and Emmy's going to add on top of it, and all of a sudden, the defense that looks strong is crumbling. They know they need to find Artstar, and they've got her. Good bait. They saw the barrel before the swing, and still the money has not been set for Dignitas very, very well. They're in some trouble, and Rain is the last one left. She's going to go down next, and they might have to sit this out with mostly pistols.
Yeah, that was so well played by CLG. Just like winning all the duels. Then unfortunate for, I think it was for Milk, the flame spreading. But that was well done. I think it was like the first time we saw a little bit of a heavier pop dot control, and that's just unfortunate, isn't it? Survives the flames with the bullets. Yuli, who had a comparatively kind of a quiet game yesterday compared to the rest of the teammates, but then again, they were just stomping their opponents, so it's not like she did anything bad. It's more like she didn't really have that many opportunities to get many frags. So we do see the pistols coming out from Dignitas. They are going to be going for a little bit of aggression over here. Shadow's spotted out for Emmy, and it's going to be a pretty comfortable, well, just a 2K, but that's fine. Dig not just sitting back and waiting for the fight to come to them, and I can respect that.
Well, this is unfortunate. Ooh, a Zeus could make up for everything. 1 kill, that's all we asked for with the Zeus, turning from the flashes, and nobody's going to get anywhere near close enough. The Rain coming in with the flank with that 5-7 goes down. 3rd round on the board for CLG Red. They're off to the races. And in these 2 round wins, I think they've only lost, what, 1 player? I think Emmy died in that round. Previously, all 5 players survived in the victory. So all of a sudden, the money is just like slingshotted right back into their favor. $6,400 on Jennifer after the buy, $6,400 on Yuli after the buy. You know what? I'm just going to say Julie. I'm going to go for it.
Okay, all right. You can just tweet at Moses.
I'm messaging everyone I know in the women's scene who might actually have an inkling of how to actually pronounce it properly, and I'm getting very conflicted answers.
I think Potter said it's Yuli. I'm just gonna go with Potter. I trust.
Yeah,
him.
she said Julie.
She said Julie. Oh, never mind. So, okay, Julie it is.
This is a good attempt.
Yeah. Kind of sucks to see the Dignitas like being 5-1 up, and then you know just lose a couple of rounds, and boom, just like that, money in the bin. Having to go for the back-to-back save. Of course, a little bit more weapons to work with. The 5-7 up and up close and personal. Emmy will be found out, but good reply from Julie, still holding the line. But Rain, okay, that works. The 5-7, just a drive-by, the pre-fire around the corner, and that's the AK-47 retrieve. They can even get another gun if Thea drops down, and they've got Kevlar, at least in for Thea. And now this scout in the hands of Emily, she should at least get maybe a tag. But the smoke should... Oh, never mind. This is the shot. But still, they know exactly where at least a couple of the players are. The attack not really going their way. And now Emily, she spotted 2 out. And now they know where the 3rd player is as well. I do believe that bullet could have been a giveaway. This could get messier for the CTs. The lovely Molotov from Thea, keeping them at bay. 27 seconds, Jason. This is not looking good.
Not looking good at all. They've got a long way to go, and the defense knows exactly what's coming. A little bit of damage onto Thea. She's got to back away, but, I mean, that's fine. If you just fight a retreating battle, there's not enough time for CLG Red, and they all go down. 6-3 for Dignitas. All right, I have a new update as well. Just because I'm keeping an eye on Twitch chat throughout that conversation, we had about 4 of the other competitors in this tournament all say it's Yuli. So we're back to Yuli now, Bleh.
So,
and we're going to end at Yuli as well. Don't throw her under the bus. I think I actually did that first. But yeah, we're going to go with Yuli.
All right, Yuli it is. Just took a few rounds here. That was unfortunate for CLG Red. But again, Dignitas, what I like on in this pistol rounds where they just have, you know, a few upgraded pistols to scout is how they don't just allow CLG to run around and dictate the pace of the action. They got in their faces. They got the kill towards Pop Dog, picked up the rifles, and CLG Red, I wasn't a big fan of that wraparound from Ivy, right? You kind of hamper yourselves getting stuck towards CD spawn. The CDs had all the information they needed, and in the end, running out of time, they had to go for the play and just got mowed down. The crossfires are good as well from Dig. Now, buy round versus buy round, and for Dig, they're going to be happy with that. They keep 3 alive, they retrieve some weapons. Op versus Op, and Emily, she's going to hit the shot. Emmy's going to drop very early, and that's a win for them.
That's a huge win for them. Emily is having a really good start to this game. And Op is beastly. 5-on-4, and on top of everything, Artstar is pushed into T-mid. And she's going to hear those footsteps coming up the stairs. Diane started walking way too late. You can see, I would guess that number 4 is going to start rotating over, but Milk instead is pushing towards ladder room. Surely now, that spot is going to give away the game. Smoke is going to delay. All 4 players from CLG Red are in these box holes, and at this point, there's no retreat.
They have to go for the commit. And right now, what I'm a little worried about is the fact that Thea is kind of all on her lonesome. I mean, she got Emily with the AWP all the way back. And Diane, a little bit of a ruse. But they haven't really given much time. And actually, sorry, the smoke is for connectors, so that can actually work on out. But Thea, that's a great spray through the smokes. Finds Yuli, but Goose Breeder with a quick trade. They have, however, taken a lot of damage, but doesn't matter. Goose Breeder just dealing it out. 2 quick kills. Now it's a 3v3. Bomb down, held advantage for the CTs, but Diane times it peak perfection. A 2nd kill as well. And it's all Emily that's just falling apart here, Jason. She misses the shot, and at this point, she just has to call it a day. Has to make her escape. Is she gonna go for this? It's not really worth it. They don't really have much money. She'd at least hit the AWP, but honestly, it didn't feel like she really had much of an escape route there. What a round from Goose and from Diane.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really had to touch on it so far yet in this game. I'm sure we were going to get to it at some point during the series. Diane, obviously, with the AWP is pretty incredible as well, especially in open space when she's got to peek into battles. Really good game awareness as well. A nice triple kill. So, 6-4. And man, again, even despite some good victories, Dignitas just cannot keep their money in hand.
The kind of just unfortunate. Emily just going for the scout upgrade, and a little bit of something I noticed there. Every kill had a flash assist. Now, I don't know how effective some of those flash assists were, but the first 2 kills that Goose Reader got was Diane's flashbang, and then after that, the 3 kills Diane got was because of Jennifer's flashbang. So, great work. Utility usage makes me feel happy, Jason.
Yeah, it really does. It's it's one of those things you don't really notice until it's gone. You know, you don't really notice it until you see a team that doesn't know how to use utility, and then you just realize how thankful you are for all the beautiful nade usage. 6-4. But fighting with just pistols and a scout, and it's Thea alone at the B bomb site. She's going to have a lot of presents sent her way. And by a lot, I mean all 5 players.
Yeah, P250. It's not what it was once upon a time, long time ago, and she's looking the wrong way as well. And that's just unfortunate for Thea. They're not going to check her though. Emmy should spot her. There we go. And that's the round. That should be the round. All the remaining 4 players. I mean, they could just go for the exits. They could try and go for some kills. They don't really have much to lose. No SMGs for the side of CLG Red, but Dig just waiting patiently, trying to find the exits. Maybe pick up a couple of AK-47s. Always an upgrade over the M4. Jennifer, the timing is absolutely terrible, but that's okay. Catches Star with her back turned. And
pick up that banana 5-7.
Wrong map, Jason.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Ooh, there it is. Right over the top. Milk is gone. 5th round for CLG Red on the board. Good damage towards the end by Rain. Good kill from Rain onto Emmy. Bomb goes off and nothing else to happen in the round. Back to weapons for Dignitas. Well, I don't know. Thea and Milk sitting at 38 and 3,400. That's a bit sketchy. I feel like they have to buy, but I don't think they're going to be happy with the kind of buy they can bust out.
Yeah, it's been rough for Dig, like this entire CD style. Like 2 rounds, they had to go back-to-back just with pistols, and now we're seeing it again. Although, yeah, the one of the rounds they did manage to pull off, as we do have, I think, a little bit of technical issue, but hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue overall. The buy's coming out, Jason. It's not... I don't know. I mean, you might as well go for it.
I think you have to. I don't think you can save really with that kind of money. I think the hard part is they're gonna have to, you know, figure out how to get around the fact that Emily's not gonna have the AWP. Very proficient rifler as well. She's gonna be put on. She has the scout. So we'll see how those headshots come out. Maybe a couple of tags can help these SMGs, you know, clean things up. And here we go. Utility nades towards T mid. Diane is gonna be forced back by about 3 different flashbangs that rain in. And good nade damage early on. Good chip damage onto Emmy. And she's going to be found between the smokes. Between 2 smokes by Thea.
That's Milk playing pretty up. No, they haven't checked her. They don't know where she is. They're just running and cutting runs out of bullets. But that's okay. Art's there right behind her. And this bite's working out, Jason. The aggression from Dig making these SMGs work. And now it's down to Diane and Yuli, the new girl. And of course, Diane, who was absolutely spectacular yesterday with the AWP and has been pretty cool today as well. But now, 4v2, they are very far away from each other as well. So unless Diane, if she can find a pick here, this could be big. She's got the bomb. There's a player pretty close by. Of course, that is Rain. Diane, does she check this? She should. And she will, but misses the shot. And with that, it's all on Yuli. 1v4. Bomb nowhere near... this one's done. But for Dig, that's a huge round to win, right? Like, you have this inferior buy. You just had, like, 2 SMGs. We were questioning whether it's going to work or not. They've even gone for the upgrade. Thea's picked up an AK-47. Emily's upgrade from the Scout to the AWP. So, massive round here for Dig.
Yeah, huge for their money, unless Yuli can take some things away. The round, as you said, is certainly done. But a second kill would be a thing of beauty. Almost. 14 HP on Thea. And Dignitas just barely nursing this 2-round lead. But you're exactly right. The upgrades to AK-47s, the upgrade to Emily from a Scout to an AWP. And remember, she, I think, kept around $2,500 in the bank last round after the buy, keeping that Scout. So that helps massively. Economy's in a much, much better position now going into round 13. 3 rounds remaining in the half. to see what these two teams are going to be playing with moving forward. And Thea, again, looking to get aggressive. There's going to be an op, and Emily, the peek, but Diane was so ready. Not ready for the follow-up. And the Oppers have been traded off in this round.
That was a very good read from Diane, but yeah, not expecting a second clear. Emmy, okay, she has second thoughts about just running through the flames. Only trades, but more importantly, Emily getting taken down, and she's been spectacular so far with on the CD side op, getting these very crucial opening picks. But what does CLG do here? They have a lot of utility for the CTs though, Jason. Like they've used up quite a bit.
This is a round where I think a fake could work really well. I don't think we've seen CLG Red throw any kind of a real fake quite yet in this half, but if you can throw some smokes out towards that A bomb site where there's 3 players, keep them frozen. Maybe you force Thea to fall back a little bit, but you have them. I mean, with a man down on the Dignitas side, it makes that inner defender very nervous. On top of the train, missed opportunity. I don't know how she's gotten that kill after falling as well, but cannot find another. Bomb is down out in the open, and Milk is going to rotate over, and she's going to end this round. There's no way to get the bomb planted now, and Dignitas have done it. Not enough production from CLG on the hit, and Dignitas now have a 3-round lead.
Yeah, it's a little strange to see a few of these rounds on CLG Red where they have the utility remaining when they go for the hit, quite a lot of utility in fact, and the CDs don't really have much of a counter, and yet it just seems a little sloppy. Sometimes it clicks, like that one intake with Jennifer, sorry, I think it was with Goosebreeder just opening it up, and Diane with 3K. But apart from that, some of these hits have looked a little lackluster, and with that finally, CLG Red now having to deal with the pistols, although they have some cash for Jennifer, they have some money on Julie as well. Yuli, I'm sorry, and they might be able to, have a little bit of extra utility, a couple of smokes maybe, a couple of pistols, some deagles getting picked up. But for Dig, this is a great opportunity to get to 9 and maybe even 10 rounds. That would be huge.
Yeah, that would be massive. That would be great, especially considering. I mean, this is actually a really impressive half from Dignitas, considering the amount of times we've seen them on the ropes with their money. To see the amount of times they haven't been able to get everything they want. So, I mean, a really nice job holding on to this map and keeping this lead, and even a chance to grow it even bigger. Milk gonna step up to the plate, cover of the Molotov as well. Bomb is being planted inside the smoke, and it will go down. So extra cash to CLG Red. And with this kind of a round, mostly Glocks, that is exactly what they'd like. So extra $100, the losing bonus as well going to be in their favor. 9-5, but CLG Red's going to have a very strong buy in the next round, the final round of the half.
Yeah, they will. At the same time, maybe if they're taking away a couple of guns here from Dig, forced him to, because the money wasn't that great, at least for a couple of the players. But looking at the cash right now, yeah, it's not going to be a problem for Dig. Full buy versus full buy for CLG. Could bring out the off for Diane. She has been pretty good with it. It's going to be Jennifer buying it up, dropping it for a teammate. Like that, a little bit of teamwork. 10-5 would be great for Dig here. I mean, it is the map from CLG Red. And that's not a good start. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's unlucky timing. Right in the hip. Or not the hip, maybe just the back of the leg.
The thigh?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Pretty quiet, pretty slow pace from CLG Red at the moment. A default as 2 players take control of box halls. Jennifer down towards Ivy, and 2 players watching for any kind of a mid push, and also obviously can line up for smokes from that position all across the outer bomb site. 4 defenders at the outer yard as well. Pop flash to clear things. The peek from Rain sees nothing as Jennifer remains hidden.
CLG taking this very, very, very slow. Molotov,
I would
just gonna hold the line.
I think it's succeeded. Look at the utility on Dignitas. Ooh, nice double drop again. Opening pick, and now they can really apply pressure. But they've got so much utility to work with. There's no reason to try and press the issue with that pick until they line up all their nades. There is not a lot of counter nades for Dignitas.
They're not, and they used up almost everything. They have 1 flashbang remaining with Thea, so it's going to come down to aim duels. What is more important is Jennifer's position, slowly flanking in from Ivy. Rain has no idea. She has no clue that there's a flank coming in, but if she gets a kill here, it could be big. Goose is going to find Milk. 3v5 right now, definitely, firmly favoring CLG Red. Rain reacts in time. Jennifer not able to get the kill. That could be it. That could be the opportunity for Dig to try and get back into this round, but the bomb will be planted. 4v3, and the post plants look very, very good. Diane, right up close, right next to range. She's looking for the no-scope, Jason.
Yeah, she's waiting for it. Waiting for the sound cue. There's the peek. Oh, quick shot, but a miss. They know the position of two players now, and Diane gets nothing done, but Emily and Rain respond immediately. It's down to Yuli and Goosebreeder, just Yuli, and she goes down next. What a retake, a 3-on-4 retake, and a quad kill from Rain in that position, biding her time. Beautiful work. 10-5 for Dignitas at the half. We're heading to a break, take a breather, and we'll be right back for the second half of Train. Well, a 10-5 lead for Dignitas after a solid defensive half. They held on admirably, and they are rewarded with the 5-round lead. CLG Red, on the other hand, looking to make this comeback. Remember, this is their map pick as well. This is the one they wanted to play. So we'll see what their defense has in store for Dignitas.
Rain has just been so impressive, even if you ignore the previous round, if you ignore the last round of the first half. But hold on to that thought. Facet coming into its end. It's going to be Jennifer. Strike finds just one. Thea with a quick double kill. She's got a bomb as well. She can get this down. She's got cover in the form of Rain nearby. A flank coming in from Cons. We have a late player that's Artstar just waiting on top of Pop Dog. This is looking very, very good for Dig here.
Yeah, this is looking so sick. Good entries from Thea, but she's got a bit more work that needs to be done. On top of the train, she's got a teammate as well. Oh, they both turn for her. Thea's on for the ace. She's on for all 5, but Artstar takes the final one away, and that's a pistol round for Dignitas.
I love how fast that was. It didn't waste any time. No posturing, no smokes or fakes, nothing. Just Thea just running in, taking hits, asking no questions. Gets the bomb down. And of course, Diane, she made it almost work, but I love how Thea just ran in to just try and get a trade, ensuring that the teammate, even if she dies, there would be a trade taking place. And here we go. Dig, 11-5, won the pistol. By coming in for CLG Red. Yeah, they of course have to go for this. Deagle's coming out scouts, and it's again going to be a fast play coming into its inner. It's going to be Yuli all alone on that bomb site. She's got backup nearby, but this is not looking good. But somehow Jennifer helps her out, and it's going to be 2 quick kills going the way of CLG Red, but the reply does take place.
It's not bad, but I don't know. This flank can't do anything. Goosebreeder's going to get caught. I mean, a couple Deagle kills are very nice. Obviously, some tags with the scouts to help out from Diane. But at this point, it's all said and done until that headshot comes in. They do have a kit. It's on Emmy. Now she's got a scout and Deagle combo, and look at the HP. They're actually both tagged up to a certain degree. They found one, and it's Thea, and she's crazy. 17 and 8 in a 1-on-2 clutch, and she's jumped to the middle of the train, but she's found before she can find cover. CLG Red turn it right back around. 6-11 and a little bit more life left in them.
What a round from Emmy there. What a round from her. I mean, you called it, Jason. It's done. And honestly, I wouldn't have imagined how they managed to bring that back. But the scouts, the Deagles, sometimes it works. And they, of course, have the rifles, well, a Galil getting picked up by Yuli, and the scout will be tossed away instead opting to go for the full rifles. M4A1, M4A4, FAMAS. We have a full plethora of rifles here. And for Dignitas, they're of course going to be going for a pretty light investment. They got the bomb down. They have some pistols to work with, a little bit of utility. A fast hit towards inner could be an option, but right now they're just all gathered up towards the bathrooms area, just waiting it out.
Well, you certainly don't want to drop this one if you're CLG Red after that heroic of an effort. Advantage of rifles, advantage of utility, and you're up against, what, 1 Tech 9, a bunch of utility. Here we go. It's going to be Jennifer. Diane got 1 kill. Jennifer gets 2. Now transitioning, spinning around, and a few more USP kills. 7-11 as CLG Red begin to come back.
These are the rounds you need. These are the rounds you need to kind of start building the momentum, starting to believe in yourself that it's your map pick. Sure, it might be down 10-5 in the first half. You lose the pistol round, doesn't matter. You win the force buy, you win a round like this pretty convincingly. It's gonna start, you're gonna start oozing confidence as no one getting taken down there for CLG Red. They're gonna still hold on to these rifles. And for the T's, it's not ideal if you just look at the weaponry. And you know what? I like it. I like the fact that they have opted not to just go for 5 AK-47, just so they have that little bit of extra utility. Not gonna be going with the default.
I mean, let's think about that, because that would imply the plan coming into this round is somewhat of a set piece, right? It's either a set piece or some kind of slow, you know, progressive map control style they want to bring out. It'll be interesting to see how this round progresses and what kind of plan they bring into it. But if you're going to drop down to have 4 Galils, you're obviously looking to have some kind of a strategic edge. At the moment, spread in a default, which isn't worrying at all. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock as they try and figure out exactly what this defense. This is the one issue with the default, though, is, man, you don't really have a whole lot of information across the map because everyone is spread and being passive at their own position. So you don't really know numbers or positioning of the defense itself. They're going to drop right into the waiting arms of Goose Breeder. Important trade, and Yuli's now got the high ground and 1 more kill.
Oh, Yuli's stuck in such a rough position, does her best to stay alive, and that is brilliant from Yuli, but will eventually be found out. Diane replies back now. 2v2, Diane has 6 HP, looking for more, and somehow she's still alive. I don't know how. Backup is there. The Molotov going to make life a little uncomfortable for her, but Emily now 1v2. She's got the bomb in her back. She knows where both the players are. With 20 seconds, though, I don't know. I mean, she's got the time to get it down, but it's going to be very, very close indeed.
Well, the problem is Diane would be the one to rotate over to check this position, but she's got no HP. So, I mean, if you're Jennifer and Diane, you're sticking together. And what happens from here on out is Diane gets baited. That's got to be the plan. Send the low HP player in first. Give Jennifer the intel she needs to win the round. And Emily going to back up to box holes. No Molotov as well for the bomb. And look how bold, look how quickly CLG Red is getting to this. That's a real early tap. This actually shifts the pressure onto Emily to take the peek. She's got 1. That's a quick adjustment down. Flashbang is out. Bomb is being stuck. Oh, they call the bluff and Emily goes down. That's a hard one to deal with if you're Emily because of the early tap on the bomb. And CLG Red now up to 8.
Oh, it's pretty close as well. It's pretty close as well. Jennifer needed to get the kill the moment she did. 8-11. Nice from Dig there. But yeah, they at least get the bomb done, but money's not going to be great. So going to be seeing a few pistols coming out here. The good thing for Dig is the fact that they do have that little bit of a buffer to work with still. So 3 rounds ahead of CLG Red. We all know how it can kind of dissipate pretty quickly. Again, heavy investment in the utility, you know, a few pistols here and there, a couple of Tech 9s, Deagles, P250s, all the good stuff. And for CLG Red, this is the full-fledged buy, Jason. The AWP comes on the hands of Diane, and that's something that excites me.
Yeah, I mean, she'll have to have the same amount of impact that Emily had in the first half, which, I mean, for someone of Diane's caliber, shouldn't necessarily be a problem. Just hope it starts right away. 3 rounds back still for CLG Red. Although this should feel a little bit easier, as it is mostly unarmored, upgraded pistols. Again, Dignitas, I mean, pretty cool. Emphasizing utility over firepower in a lot of these rounds, or a couple of these rounds in the past 3. Easy pickings for CLG Red over the smokes, though. And they're now up to 9, just 2 rounds back.
I appreciate that. I appreciate how they, go for the utility. But yeah, sure, this one didn't pan out. Didn't do a single point of damage on the CLG Red. But at least it tried. Now the buy is going to be coming in. And this time around, Jason, is going to be the full-fledged buys. AK-47s on, I do believe, each and every one of the players. AWP for Emily, and now Diane. CD side hopping and train. Slightly a little easier than on the T side, but I want to see more from her. She was phenomenal yesterday on Vertigo. Mirage as well, so it's going to be a player to watch out for me personally. And Emmy, I like this. This is the first time they're going to be aggressing towards Ivy. Emmy's going to catch out once. She knows where the second player is as well. She's taking the duel, gets the thing on Artstar. Artstar barely alive, internally bleeding. And on 10 HP, she needs to make her escape, and she will, picking up the AWP as well, surviving the 8 points of health. She does have a range, just laying down covering fire for her teammate to make her move, to make her escape. But this is a great start from CLG. I love how they switch it up when they know the buy is coming in.
Yeah, you made the important emphasis on this is the first time that's happened, completely catching Dignitas off guard. Oh, a dry walk in the ladder room, though. The follow-up peek from Jennifer's great. She's got the trade. And I think CLG Red now needs to fall back from this Ivy position. And yeah, Emmy's just doing that now, getting out of the corner as well. You want to get closer up to the action, closer to your ability to rotate to help your teammates. You know you've got one dinked. You know there's one low that's going to be an easy multi-kill, but no one's got eyes on T-mid. That's the first one. Yuli holding that line is the first glimpse. Pretty dangerous amount of map control for Dignitas, but CLG Red is handling it pretty well. And Jennifer now, flashbangs out are giving her safety. Position behind E-Box goes down, and it's just one player. It's just Artstar, and that's ended as well. So CLG Red has brought this within 1.
Just lovely stuff. I love how the paces switches up depending on what sort of bite we're expecting. They have a pretty good read on what Dig are going to be going with as well. And for Dig, yeah, it is max loss. It's kicked in for a while, but again, money not good enough to go for the full-fledged buy. And one thing they keep emphasizing on, which makes me happy to be honest, is the fact that whether it works all the time or not, is the fact that they always go for this utility buy rather than just go for the rifles or maybe one flash or not. And this time it's going to be faster towards Inna. Jennifer holding the line. She's got the AK-47 here. They come just running into the flame. She's blinded, but doesn't matter. Spray and pray, and it works out for 2, as it's going to be Diane missing the second shot, and that's going to allow them to get the bomb down. And considering the fact that, okay, Goose coming in with a Nova. I love it. I love it. And, oh, missed the shot.
Oh, no.
Put on the one button the 3rd times. The charm. And a few more shots to make sure that the bullets do connect onto the corpse.
Yeah, well, she's making up for the first 2 misses. So she misses 2, but she hit about 4 pumps after that. Well done on that. 11-11. CLG's brought it all the way back. 18 kills on Jennifer, 17 on Diane and Emmy. On the other side, it's 19 on Rain and Thea each, and 14 kills on Artstar. And these 2 teams locked at 11. Emily she's looking for that Ivy push. It's not going to come this time, Bleh.
It's not going to come this time. And I like how they keep switching it up, right? Keep forcing Dig to not really go for any of the set plays or the defaults early on. They're wary of the aggression from CLG Red. And I just feel like this map's going to be how this entire series is going to be playing or not. Goose Breeder finds first. She's unaware of the second player. Rain's going to get the kill. Milk, you need to get that, and she will somehow manage to get the kill. Looked a little scary, but this has been the best round so far for Dig, and I feel like in a while. But Diane is still alive. Jennifer's going to drop down from Pop, going to get the kill on the Art, and suddenly from a 4v3 favoring the T side, it's now Yuli on the flank as well, and suddenly just falling apart. And Emily, she expected it, Jason. She knew her spider sense was tingling, but still not quick enough, and it's all down to Rain. The bomb is planted though. However, 3 players to find. She knows where 2 are. And I'm just clearing out all the angles, and I think they have an inkling where she is. Smoke's going to be tossed into its bomb. It's going to come out, finds it first, looking for second, and almost gets both of them, but it's not going to be good enough. And CLG Red, I don't know how they do it, but they get another round, and now they're in the lead.
Yeah, that's a fantastic round. That is a really well done job by CLG Red. Not on the initial contact, because I think they actually let a few players through, found some gaps in that defense. That bomb site player was actually completely caught off guard by the player who pushed up by Sandwich. But the flanks, they had one coming from ladder and one obviously wrapping around through teammate as well. And that was perfect for a passive style that Diane brought out with the AWP. Now we've got Diane with the off. We've got Emmy with an auto sniper as well. Now that CLG Red has taken a 12-11 lead, they've gone from just trying to win. Now they're going for the shame with the auto sniper.
Honestly, auto sniper train, it works. It really works. You have all these long corridors. You have all these choke points. You can just like tap away. Sometimes you can even close your eyes, lift your mouse off the mouse pad, and just hold it left click, and it just magically just works out. But for Dig though, at least they have the buy. They're not forced to go for just the pistols again this time around. Off in the hands of Emily, and they're struggling getting some of these opening picks. Like, if they can get one opening kill early on, it could really make life so much easier for them. But just the fact that CLG Red are being so unpredictable, just aggressing, poking and prodding, making Dig feel so uncomfortable, it's being a problem. But finally, we see something which CLG didn't do earlier, Jason. They go for a little bit of a fake here towards outer, but 3 players heading in towards inner, but the bomb is all the way towards team mid. That is a little worrying.
It's okay. They have to begin the hit right now. And Jennifer watching lower ramp. Oh, Thea doesn't check it. Thea doesn't check it. That's going to be an easy one. There goes the support, though. Jennifer's got to get a new position. Nobody is watching upper ramp, although Goose Breeder's just gotten here, and they barely get out, but they're being just barraged. They're stuck in this choke point. Look at the X's on the minimap. 3 players all dead in the same location, and Artstar is the last remaining. A headshot angle for Yuli. And tapping away, she's put CLG Red up by 2, 13-11.
The money is starting to spiral out of control for CLG Red. It's the 3 players over 10k, Goose Breeder and 7,200. Emmy's the lowest in 5,000, and this is after the buy. This is after the, the player who died just buying up. And that's fantastic. They won't, even if they lose a couple back-to-back, they maybe won't have to really go for an eco here. And for Dig, they call attack timeout. I think it's about time. They're going to talk things through. They can go for a buy here, although it's not ideal with Rain in 3,400 and Emily in 35. They might again go for the Galils. I'd like to see them go for a buy right now. I don't want to see just the pistols and utility coming out because it hasn't worked out so far here on the T side. And here we go. Galils for for Thea and for Emily. The rest of them with AK-47s. And again, a full set of utility. But it's not working out, Jason. CLG Red seem to have an answer for everything that they are throwing their way.
Yeah, this has been a lockdown defense. Dignitas only has 1 round so far on the offense, and when you're containing these women to just 1 round on the T side, that's some impressive stuff. Really, really good job from CLG Red so far, but this is not the time to take the foot off the gas. 3 rounds left to take the opening map for CLG Red. Smokes are out again. Another really dangerous set piece coming in for Dignitas. Milk is down low, but look at how blind all the defenders are. The flashbang work is perfect, but again, it's just to no avail. Nothing comes from it. Yuli hitting some spectacular shots up on top of the train, and it's only a Tech 9 that's actually succeeded in getting to the bomb site. Now picked up an AK-47, but even that is dealt with swiftly by Goose Breeder. And even kills at this point seem superficial. Artstar in a 1 versus 4 can get nothing.
It's rough for Dig. Like, I like the set pieces they have. The smokes are on point, but just their approach seems a little discombobulated, right? It's not really setting themselves up for a good quick trade, just kind of steamrolling CLG Red. No, it's just, allowing CLG Red to just kind of run around the smoke, just avoid the flashbangs. And even though they're blinded, they have the cover to just kind of recover from, and then once they strike, just mow them down. And yeah, Dig, they keep investing in utility, but it's just not working out at all. And CLG Red just have lost 1 round so far on the CD side. It has been an absolute lockdown here in Train. As we do head to what could potentially be the penultimate round of this map. 14-11, just pistols here once again for Dig, not too much utility. This time around, a little bit of a heavy presence towards Ivy, and Yuli's going to be seeing a little bit of action here.
I don't think she's aware of it just yet. They're so close to the smoke. Here's the pop flash. Oh, this could be perfect. Yulia is so blind, and she recovers in time to get one, and maybe a little bit of communication. Diane goes down next. Good shooting with the P250. And Goose Breeder with Jennifer. The only two remaining to pull this round back into their favor, and they're going to start right now. They've got the money to go for it, so you might as well try. And you're going to need to be bold. There's a peek from Ladder Room. From Pop Dog, and Goose Breeder now rotating over. Still not able to find anyone. And that's an auto sniper in the hands of Milk. Jennifer in a 1 versus 3. Might need to back away. She's got 22 kills, obviously feeling very confident, but that was way too far out of reach. Dignitas still alive in this, 12 to 14.
That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake of CLG. Like, we're literally singing the praises about how good the CD side was, but the fact that there was a deep smoke towards Ivy and no one was aware of the potential of the T just bursting out. I mean, again, great shots coming out from Artstar. I love what Dig did there, using the deep smoke to try and kind of like explode out towards Ivy. But that was CLG Red just kind of allowing Dig into the bomb site, especially once they got the first 2 kills, and of course the third frag with Art with the P250 onto Diane. It was pretty much done there. Great stuff from Dig, but CLG Red with a pretty rare mistake. They've looked very good so far on the CD side, though.
Oh man, well, I don't know. If you're Dignitas and you get that round, that's got to breathe a little bit of confidence in you for this final stretch, I would imagine. Triple nade down, Ivy does absolutely nothing.
I like the idea, but right now for Dig, they got to go for the contact play. I love that peek from Yuli. Didn't blind anyone, but still gets a kill. Quick trade taking place. She has information now that, hey, bombs towards Ivy. 50 seconds on the clock. Still a lot of time to work with. And Archer's pushing in through the smoke. She's the only player with the bomb. She spots the second player out. The pace. The pace from Dig. Well. This is a little scary. But CLG, they're aware of this. They know where the bomb is, and that is now a problem for Dignitas.
Ooh, that's a good kill. That's a good kill. But remember, you're right. If the bomb is in CT spawn, if that goes down at any point, the round's over. And actually, even 1 kill, Jennifer gets aggressive and finds a kill at the front of the bomb site. So now, Dignitas, where do you go? The bomb is in CT spawn. The B bomb site is held with no flank. Both your players' position is known. You have to attack Diane. That's the only option, but she's way too good for that. 15 to 12 for CLG Red.
Yeah, that's so high risk, you know, just going into a CD spawn where you have no other player, maybe trying to flank, maybe trying to play distraction, especially with the bomb getting spotted out. That's CLG Red immediately just cutting off all avenues of escape from CD spawn. And second time we've seen this happen in this game so far, although the previous time it was with CLG Red. And now we do head to what could potentially be the final round of this first map. Here is CLG Red. What a monumental comeback, being 10-5 down on the first half of the map pick, but the CD side is showing why they picked this map. Looking very, very good, apart from a couple of rounds which kind of slipped from their hands.
It's a 10-2 run, Bleh, in the second half.
Oh yeah, it was. That's wild.
Ooh, flick is missed. Goose Breeder turns, but not in time for the kill. Another shot missed as Diane tries to track downward, and now Blind missing his shot. And I don't know, you can't even complain about that one if you're Diane. 3 missed opportunities, or 2 missed opportunities and a blind shot. And if you're CLG Red, I don't know, you have the money to go for it, but why would you? Why even risk your economy in any situation? Save it so you have everything for the past 2 rounds. Goose Breeder's a little bit low, Emmy's a little bit low as well. There's the, oh my gosh, she's got 2 kills. What a turn from Emily. If she doesn't get that kill and goes down, all of a sudden the retake is way more realistic. Running out of bullets, Yuli is about to be ended. 15 to 13. Dignitas 2 rounds. All they can do now is force overtime.
I want to see that shot from Emily. Again, that was a no-scope. No-scope turnaround, headshot. If she didn't get that, if the 2K happened and popped off, that could have definitely been a very viable retake. And this was unfortunate. Rain got away with murder. I'm not a big fan of Diane's position there. I know she really wanted to trade. Whew, that is just pure filth. Just delete.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. That's unreasonable. No, that could have been the whole retake. That would have been a completely different round. if Emily, misses the no-scope or just gets killed straight up, all of a sudden that's a very dangerous scenario. Still, they've got to win 2 rounds in a row. But look at what going for that round has done for the economy of CLG Red. Emmy, Goose Breeder, and Yuli all beneath $1,000. The next buy in the next round is going to be real busted if CLG Red doesn't just close this out. A real big chance for Dignitas to get to overtime if they can win here.
I like this little bit of a switch up from CLG, though. Unfortunately for them, there's no one towards Ivy early on. And at one point, they're going to be like, okay, there's no one here. No nades, no sound, no nothing. Let's fall on back. And in that timing, Artstar, she could potentially get a kill, but they're not budging. Diane, feeling like she's falling back. Flash comes in, and that is going to be a deep flash. A leg comes in. She finds Art, and Art gets tagged on a 16 HP, but doesn't push on ahead, and that's going to deny Yuli what should have been a free frag. But with that, CLG should be switching it up. We look at Dig right now. We look at where the bomb is. It's heading towards Brown Halls. They are going to be heading towards this inner bomb site. Still have a lot of time to work with, but they don't feel like wasting much time. 4 smokes, I'm sorry. A couple of Molotovs, a full-fledged execute, but that smoke just might delay them for a couple of seconds. No, they're going to push on through, and it's going to come down once again to Jennifer to hold onto this bomb site. Finds Milk, looking for the second kill. Thea's going to get shut down. Looking for Jennifer with a triple, and that should be it. Art and Rain, they're bleeding out internally. There's not much you can do. Diane out in the open, that is scary. But doesn't matter as Emmy finds Rain, and it's all on Art, and this should be it. There we go. CLG Red, they pulled it off, Jason. That was a very, very impressive comeback and a statement showing why they picked Train.
Yeah, an incredible comeback. A great performance from Jennifer as well, especially that last round, that triple kill. She delivered them this first map really right at the end to prevent any more danger from coming out. So yeah, that's a great showing, and that's exactly what we're looking for in this matchup. There's a lot of history between these two teams, these two lineups, these two organizations, and cool to see it come down to such a narrow gap right at the end. That's just map 1. We've got 1, maybe 2 more maps coming up next. So we're gonna head to a break. Everyone go get a drink, everyone go get some popcorn, and we'll be right back for map number 2. See you there.